I've got to.
It's the biggest waste of time, that shit.
All right, good morning and welcome everybody to HSBC Live Golf Hong Kong. Welcome to the Media Center Ripper GC. Got Captain Cam Smith, Lucas Herbert, Elvis Smiley, and Mark Leishman. Cam, start with you. Ripper's taken the first two team wins of the season. Please reflect on what that early momentum has meant. You know, what's clicked with the group, and how important is it to set the tone early on in the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have some hard work paid off this early. You know, that usually doesn't happen. So it's nice for that to happen. Something that we're not taking for granted, though. You know, we still want to keep winning. We still want to keep doing what we're doing. And like you said, we've got a ton of momentum. So it seems like everything's on our side at the moment. So just got to keep doing what we're doing, mate. It's pretty simple, really. And hopefully it works out.
Elvis, you've had a pretty incredible start to your Live Golf career. Individual and team win in Riyadh, followed by the opportunity to celebrate a team win in Adelaide in front of the home crowd there. How have the past couple of weeks shaped your confidence, and what have you taken away from your start to the season?
Yeah, it's obviously been a dream start for both me personally and the Ripper guys. I feel like I'm really in an environment where I'm getting the best out of myself, and you know, I've been able to rely on all these guys for, you know, little bits of advice with you know, trying to help me with particular parts of my game. And you know, that the celebration after Adelaide was a lot of fun, getting it to spend it with these guys. And then you know, having a 2 weeks at home on the Gold Coast was nice, just to be able to, you know, hit the reset button a bit. And yeah, looking forward to these next 3 weeks.
Mark, turning to Hong Kong this week, Hong Kong Golf Club, it's a historic course. What are your thoughts on this venue and the layout? What type of player game do you think this course suits?
Yeah, I think, well, certainly speaking for myself, I love the golf course. I think it's a unique golf course. Certainly not a bomber's paradise. You know, you have to really position it off the tee. I feel like most people hit it to the same spots, and then it's really a second shot golf course. Crowds here are amazing. Obviously, we've got a great partner with HSBC here, which means a lot to players in the league, and we all, you know, love being here. So hopefully, you know, it's going to suit my game and these three blokes sitting next to me. It'd be nice if we could make it 3 in a row for Rippers and get another individual win for one of us on the team. So yeah, it's an exciting week. Sort of everything that Hong Kong sort of offers. I've personally loved the food, love the crowds that we play in front of, and you know, the golf course is amazing too. So it's a memorable week.
And Lucas, you've started the season with 2 top 10s with Liv in Riyadh and Adelaide, and then last week solo second finish in New Zealand, which earned an exemption to the Open Championship. Congratulations on that. How are you feeling about the current state of your game, and you know, what does this experience like playing in so many different international markets, you know, Riyadh, Adelaide, New Zealand, and now the 3-week stretch coming up, Hong Kong, Singapore, and South Africa. What's that experience like for you?
Yeah, firstly, thank you. Amazing experience, being able to play, you know, all around the world in so many different conditions, climates, you know, styles of golf courses. It's really special, and it's something that it's a real treat being out here on Live. You know, getting this tour taken to all parts of the globe, for everyone to test their games against the different golf courses in the world. You know, I think it's a massive strength of ours, the league, and it's just something that I really enjoy, and it feels like you get your game tested properly across the world.
We'll open it up to the floor. If media could please raise their hand, we'll bring a microphone to you, and also introduce yourself.
媒体的朋友，欢迎大家去举手问问题，我们有话筒拿过来给你。Josh, yes.
Lucas. I almost did that without moving my mouth, you'll notice. Lucas, Josh Ball from the South China Morning Post. I just wanted to talk to you about last week. Obviously, you know, that gets you into the Open. Does that free you up a little bit more now? I mean, like, mentally thinking about what's coming up or not?
Frees me up a bit physically, not having to do the 36-hole qualifier. I know that. But no, I think it was good to build on the back of the two top 10 starts I had in the first two events of the year as well. So it feels like I've gotten off to a really nice start. I've sort of did some hard work in the off season, but also like tweaked it a little bit from what I've probably previously done. And it's good to kind of get, you know, as Cam sort of said before, it's good to get that result being a positive and have it come so quickly. So to be honest, I think it's probably put me in more of a position now that I want to keep going and I want to keep producing some really consistent good results, because I was able to do that last year for the first sort of half of the season, then it dropped off. So I want to feel like I play, you know, as good a golf or maybe better than that, how I played last year, and then continue that on throughout the year and, you know, get us close to that team championship we all want to win in Detroit in August.
And just being in different environments like Alan was talking about, does that keep you fresher than sometimes the same thing happening every week?
I think so in a way, yeah. It's definitely cool to go to a new golf course, a new city, try different food, different hotel rooms, different culture. You know, it gives you something to look forward to each week, and it gives you a nice reflection on the plane when you leave Sunday night or Monday morning as well. So, you know, it's one of the great things about LIV, I think. You know, it can get, in the States, it can get a little bit monotonous when it's week to week in similar kind of environments all the time. So it is really nice out here to get some different culture and see some different parts of the world, you know, through this stretch of obviously Saudi, Adelaide, Hong Kong, Singapore, South Africa are very different cultures, and it's really cool to experience.
Okay, Sina.
Hi, this is Sina Golf in China. So the question is for Smiley. So first, congratulations for the last game. And since you are the new one, so it's your first time came to Hong Kong? So you never came to Hong Kong? First time. So what about the China mainline?
Oh, I've been to China before, yes.
So what do you play there?
I played the Volvo China Open at Mission Hills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. So how do you like the course here and the people here?
Yeah, I really enjoy the course. I played about 12 holes yesterday, and as Leash was saying before, the course is quite strategic. You know, you really do have to think off the tee with your club selection, and it is very much a second shot golf course. You know, all the greens kind of slope back to front, so it's important to make sure you're always leaving yourself in the low part of the hole. And then, yeah, the culture I'm really embracing. I love, you know, the food, and the people are so nice, and you know, I'm loving staying at the Ritz-Carlton, staying on the 108th floor this week. It's pretty cool being above the clouds.
So last question, what's your favorite food here?
Dim sum.
Dim sum. Okay. Thank you.
Dim sum.
Lynn?
My question, hi, I'm Lynn from News 24. My question is for Cam. Obviously, it was a massive high being in front of the Adelaide crowds, and this kind of more mundane and more respectful, if I can put it that way. How do you kind of go from that high to kind of keeping that momentum and kind of still sticking to what you guys did in Adelaide?
Yeah, I think it was nice for us to have a couple of weeks off after a couple of really big weeks. You know, I can speak for myself. On Sunday night, I was pretty wrecked. I was ready to go to sleep and have a couple of weeks off. So it was nice, nice to reset. But again, just the hard work in the last couple of weeks, got straight back onto it towards the end of the first week and prepared for these 3 weeks coming up. You know, I think it was important to kind of rest. Really big 3 weeks, particularly Singapore in the middle. You know, it's very, very hot. Takes a lot out of you. So resting up and being fresh is important. But nonetheless, we want to come here and win and compete. I think, as I said before, we've got a lot of really good momentum behind us. We all feel really confident, and we're ready for this week. It's a golf course that we all love, and we've all played well on before, so there's no reason why we can't make it 3 in a row.
And if I could just follow up, just on for Smiley, just obviously there's now kind of this pressure on you to kind of perform and kind of back it up from what you did. How do you kind of keep that kind of drive and just kind of say, I can back it up and I do belong?
Yeah, well, I think, you know, what Riyadh showed me was that, like, I was able to actually do it. Like, you always have the belief that you can do it, but until you actually do it, then, you know, it's just like taking that next step forward. So I feel like it's definitely given me the confidence knowing that I can compete out here. And I think it's more so just about making sure you're going through your routines on a day-to-day basis and not getting complacent with the start to the season that we've had. Obviously it's great, but there's things that we still want to achieve. And as I've reiterated before in previous press conferences, like trying to just look for the next mountain to climb and yeah, keep building towards that.
Elvis, I'm curious, before you got to live, have you ever had a champagne celebration?
No, that was the first time in Adelaide, which was pretty cool.
Don't think he's had a champagne before he came to live.
Did the guys teach you any lessons, or did they take advantage and just spray in your face?
Yeah, pretty much just took advantage and sprayed it in my face.
And I did want to ask, Mark, you guys 2 years ago when you won Adelaide and then you ended up winning the team championship, when you achieve a goal so early in the season, you guys place so much emphasis on winning in Adelaide, how do you reset mentally to, like, you know, you've still got 12 more tournaments left and obviously, you know, trying to basically repeat what you did 2 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, golf's a funny game like that. It's, you know, you feel amazing for a couple hours after you finish and it kind of diminishes fairly quickly and then you get back to work. I feel like golf's always out in front of you, you know, on the golf course. It's, the next shot's out in front of you or the next hole, the next round. And it's not really any different with celebrations. You know, you're looking for that next celebration and the next wall to climb, I guess. So we're all very competitive, determined, and I know we all know how good it feels to win tournaments, and we want that feeling again. So it's actually quite easy to get motivated. You know, obviously winning Adelaide was probably a highlight for the year, and it will be a highlight for the year. But you know, me, Herbie, and Cam know what it feels like to win that team championship, and that's pretty special. So we're certainly looking to do that again. And obviously, there's a lot of great players out here, a lot of great teams, but you know, we're all pretty determined to try and do that again.
And Cam, I wanted to ask you about the course. Obviously, you've had some really good performances here. When you kind of rank courses that you really enjoy or kind of fit your game, would this be among those kind of courses?
Yes.
And why is that? Any chance to expound on that answer at all?
Yeah, I think I just feel comfortable around here. You know, there's a few tee shots that I don't like around here, but I think if I if I get the ball in a position where I can make birdie, I feel like I can make birdie on almost every hole out here. It's just suits my eye for whatever reason. I couldn't tell you why. It just feels nice around here. I think it's obviously, the second shot, but then you got to get on the green and hold the putt, and there's a lot of you get a lot of putts that you don't really get anywhere else. Some of the 10-footers out here are going to break 2 or 3 feet, which doesn't happen every week. And I feel like when I'm creative and see the ball dripping in on the sides of the holes, it's a feeling that I like, and almost gets me more kind of focused and more set before I hit the putt. So yeah, it just feels good around here.
And my last question to Lucas, can you kind of take us through what it's been like since finishing up in New Zealand? Like, obviously, you had to make some flights and all that stuff. What's it been like since earning that spot in the Open?
Pretty hectic. Obviously, finish Sunday, get packed up, pretty early flight Monday to then get here. I'd love to have celebrated a little bit, but honestly, with the next 3 weeks coming up, I haven't had a drop of alcohol since.
Good.
Trying to continue that the next 3 weeks as well. Obviously, like Cam said, Singapore is going to be brutal, so I want all the energy I can for that week. I wrote some notes on the plane yesterday and just reflected a little bit. It's pretty nice to know that we're in the Open already. You can start making plans for that week now and know that, I guess come up with a bit of a plan. Like last year, it was great getting through the 36-hole qualifier, but it gave me maybe 10 days to get a plan together, and in amongst that we had to play Valderrama as well. So this year's a bit of time before the Open, wide open, pardon the pun, to get some preparation done, try and get over and play some links golf, sort of already looking into what that might look like. And I feel like I'm getting into that stage of life in my career now where I need to start finishing a little bit higher than what I have been in these major championships. So for me, this is a really good opportunity to do that, and I want to give everything I got to this one.
Okay, it's a question for me, for Cam. Obviously, you have back-to-back win a team champion for this season, and then you choose Elvis as part of your new member. And Elvis finished his debut in style in Riyadh. But why choosing Elvis? What's your consideration before you choose Elvis as part of your team?
Because he's really good. He's really, really good.
And Elvis, did Cam and the rest of the team share anything about the team method, team experience with you before you play in LIV?
Yeah, well, I've known Cam for quite some time. I got awarded his scholarship in 2019 where he invites 2 Queenslanders over to Australians, sorry. But he likes Queenslanders a little bit more. To his place over in America, and got to spend a week with him, practicing and playing with him and just seeing what life is like being, world class. And we've obviously kept that relationship, and one thing's led to another, and here we are.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Great,
Great. Guys, thanks very much. Good luck this week.